All right, guys, there's a couple things on the final that were kind of extra. So this is question number 8. The way this is going to work, you want to put this in Desmos. This is going to be in the first spot. Make sure you put y equals, and then put this right here. Then go down to the second spot on your Desmos, and then again y equals. And what's going to happen, you're going to see some graphs show up, and the answer is going to be wherever they cross. So you want to go ahead and click the little dot where the two lines end up crossing. You're going to have two different colors. All right, the X number is the first number. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for this one here. All right, so we have quadratics. This is the new subject. So I just want to kind of give you a little bit of notes here on the side. Now it says which graph best represents the quadratic function that has only one zero. So I'm going to show you some examples here. All right, we're looking at the x-axis, this x line right here. Okay, there's 3 different types of graphs. Okay, so let me draw these examples. There you go. So if my graph crosses the x line, don't worry about the y line, only the x right here and right here. This has 2 zeros. All right. This graph, even though it has the loop and it's crossing the y-axis, it does not touch the x one. So this has no zeros. I'm gonna put no zeros or 0 zeros. And then right here, you'll notice how the graph goes. It touches the x only once. It doesn't really cross it, but then it goes back down. This is an example of only having 1 0. So which one of these graphs only has 1 0 according to these notes? Next, on number 10, it says which coordinate represents the vertex. So the vertex is going to be the point of the graph, like the tip or the bottom. All right. So for example, let's say I have something like this. Let's say I have like a 1, 2, like a little graph like this. Right. If I have a quadratic that looks like this, all you have to do is put your finger where the bottom is, and then you tell me what this point is. Mine would be, for my example, this is -1, +1. Right, that would be my vertex. So that's all you have to do, guys. Go to your graph, put your finger on the point, and then tell me what point that is. On number 11, axis of symmetry. All right. So symmetry means you have to cut something in half. So really, it's the same. It's almost the same thing as the vertex. All right. Let's say that my graph looks like this. I'm going to find the vertex, this part, this is the point, and then I'm going to cut it. Now this line goes up and down, which means that my answer has to be an x equals. And then whatever number this is, that's what I'll write down. So for example, mine might be like a -2. Okay? So that's all you're going to do. Get your graph, cut it in half, and see where it's crossing the x line whenever it cuts in half. All right, so my example, I said -2 because it's like -1, -2, -3, you know, you're on the negative side. Now this one is asking about the maximum. So there's a difference between a maximum and a minimum. A maximum looks like this, right? A minimum looks like this, all right? So basically what it's telling, for a max or a min, there's some type of a wall that's stopping the graph. So right here, this is the top. This is my max. That's the highest it goes. So because this line goes left and right, I have a y equals, and then you have to look at what number on the y-axis. So put your pencil on the top. Wherever it's crossing the y line, that's going to be my answer. So mine would be like a positive something, +4, right? Or a minimum, again, let me look for my vertex. The vertex is the lowest point. I'm gonna draw my line, and then you're looking at the y number. So my y number here, this one might be something like y equals -3. Right? On your problem, it's asking for a max. So just put your pencil and see where it crosses. That's basically it. All right, now this is going to be number 13 and number 16 are kind of the hardest problems, but you want to go ahead and y equals each one of these answers. All right, so you're going to put y equals this. And then when you do the y equals, you're going to have to go to the little gear and then get the table. All right. That little gear is on the left side, the one that looks like I don't know how to draw a gear. You want to hit the little gear. Once you put this in, And then it's going to give you your table. Now you want to match this table. So really, I would only do the first three numbers. Change it to 1, 4, and 6. Do not hit the plus sign on decimals. You have to hit the gear. All right. So you're going to put this in the y equals form. 0.50, like that, x. Now, to get the little square, guys, you have to hit the shift 6, right? Shift 6 to get this little square, plus 0.74x. Once you put this in there, in the first spot, you hit the little gear, get the table out, and then change the numbers, all right? Same thing for number 16. So this is number 13 and number 16. Those are going to take the longest time, okay? See what else. Yeah, see number 16, you put y equals this, and then you get your numbers, you get your gear. That's what I'm talking about. Number 15 and number 17 are talking about domain and range. All right, domain. So automatically I know my domain is x. So automatically, guys, I need an x on my answer. If you have any y's, you can eliminate those. Domain is always from the left to the right. Okay? Left side going to the right side. So you're looking for dots. Now sometimes you're going to have a graph that looks like this, where I have one dot and one arrow. All you have to do, my x number, find out where this is crossing. All right? Wherever this number is crossing the x line, wherever this dot is, that's going to be your answer. So I would have like a negative, like, I don't know, 5 or something. Because I'm on this side. I'm looking for my dot. Find out where it's crossing, and that's your answer. Now, if you have two dots, that means you have two. You start this side's first, and then this side's second. So just look at your x-axis to see where this dot crosses, where this dot crosses. That's all domain is. Very careful. And last thing, number 20. This one, there's a mistake here, so just pick whichever one. Doesn't matter. You'll get the points. Just pick whichever one.